Lois, lock the door.
Why?
Is that lady who comes in, tries a sample, and then whispers about how bad she is. Hey!
Oh my God, you have chocolate macadamia nut. Oh, could I just try a little sample? Oh, I'm so bad.
Sure. You gonna buy a cookie this time?
Oh, I better just stick with the sample. I'm so bad. But at least I know I'm bad, so that makes me a little less bad. Or worse.
That was the right thing to do, Peter.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the conclusion of the Karen Ivory story, okay? The one that got punched in the face at the Target. So let's go ahead and hear the rest of this mess, shall we?
Ivory calls the incident her, quote, Rosa Parks moment.
Sure. I was asking with the support of my community to come behind me in a big way to have a money conversation. There have been people subjugated and blocked out of things. We have decided we were not going to have a bigger conversation. I decided to take a stand. This is my Rosa Parks moment, dude. Don't play with me.
By the way, this is just grape juice.
Body camera video captures Ivory speaking with officers for more than 30 minutes, stressing the statement she was trying to make.
We're having a conversation about how to reconcile the fact that some people benefited off of a system that was driven against other people. I asked nicely to have that conversation.
Okay, what were you asking for?
For her to connect me with who I could talk to.
What was your purpose of that further conversation? What were you going to ask that person for to do?
To break the lies around money.
What's that mean?
We all know money has not been treating everybody equally.
Okay.
Money is not the only way for things to happen.
Were you asking them to make a donation, essentially? Or to let you have them for free?
No,
what was it?
I was coming up to the limit of where I had money. I was trying to ask if Target would comp me the rest, and we would have a conversation, a bigger conversation about why, because I know the heart of this place.
Okay.
It's the right place for me to have this conversation.
Target's a good company.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and I was trying to have a hard conversation in a safe place.
Yeah. So did you?
No.
I got out there,
People
I
hit
had no
me
idea
for that.
exactly what was said in front of us.
I did it the right way.
And then when I was
I went through the right steps. The problem why money doesn't work right is because
You went through the right steps. Ma'am, if you want to start a Make-A-Wish program for yourself, why don't you start with like a GoFundMe or something? Like, you don't just go to the store and then make them, bag up all your stuff and then get to a point where you can't afford what you ordered or tried to purchase, and then you think you're going to talk to somebody and get it for free? Like, for what? What is the cause? Is it just your own personal benefit? Or are you taking these items and donating them? There are channels and things like of that nature that you would go through if you were, say, buying this for, a group home or some type of organization that benefits other people. But for yourself, yeah, this is completely unrealistic. Otherwise, everybody and their mom, as soon as Christmas or birthday or Mother's Day, whatever holiday rolls around, then everybody would be doing and rushing to Target to do the same thing. And at that point, they would make no money. And they wouldn't be this great corporation as it's been described.
it blocks people at checkpoints. And I'm tired of people locking good people out. You don't get paid what you deserve nearly as much. Because choosing to do the right thing in this world costs us monetarily. That's not fair.
Oh my God. Now she's pointing at the cops saying you don't make as nearly as much as you need to be making. First of all, now I'm curious. Because she said that the Target store... Okay, so the floor manager... I'm just going to Google it really quick. At Target, salary. Could be different for every state. Oh my God. The average Target floor manager yearly pay is approximately $37,000, which is 31% below the national average. $37,000 a year. And you're the actual floor manager. The woman that she told was privileged. Okay, interesting. So now let's look up the average salary of a police officer, because I don't know this information. Oh my God. The the average police officer makes anywhere from $55,000 to $73,000 per year. And that's from salary.com. An entry-level police officer starts off making $31,000. Okay, so yeah, maybe that's a little bit less than the store manager or floor manager at a Target, but it's not much different. And she straight told the little white girl with the glasses, remember her from the first video? She straight told her, you're privileged. And I'm just trying to wage the gap between the privileged and the unprivileged. No, you were just in Target because you're psychotic and you're expecting free stuff. And that's just not how this world works, okay? So again, she thinks the cop doesn't get paid as much, but the floor manager who makes a few $1,000s more a year, literally, is privileged. Gotcha.
The system is rigged against people doing the right thing.
When Ivory is told she's now trespassing in Target, she becomes visibly upset.
As of today, you're trespassed from Target.
I'm sorry?
As of today, you're trespassed from Target.
On the basis of you hitting me?
Ma'am, let's go. Outside.
No, that is not going to
Either
happen.
you walk out on your own or in handcuffs.
Oh, I will be arrested for this cause.
Okay, come on. Come on.
No, I'm
Come
not
on.
going to move.
Don't make this more
Nope, you're
difficult than it
gonna
has
no.
to be.
It's gonna be on camera. Where are you holding your lines at?
Come on.
Ivory then pushes back, arguing she should not be removed from the store.
Does he have to?
That's all this is.
So
He
he gets the right to kick me out after he hits me. He didn't bubble
So-
that. He can't bubble that up in management.
He is
I
speaking on
asked-
behalf of the company at this
Really?
point. That's
Exactly.
what he's doing.
So he can speak on behalf of the company at that level, but he couldn't do it there.
I wasn't out there. I'm sure tensions were a little different than they are at this moment in time. So,
No, you're gonna reconcile that. You're not gonna give me any more lies. You will tell the truth about the situation. No.
Yes, ma'am. If he felt threatened by you to the point where he felt he needed to defend himself, he can absolutely trespass you at that point. And no, he can't, on behalf of Target, just hand out free stuff. Because again, everybody and their mom will be doing the same thing. Like, what does she, I mean, I don't understand. Like, why not, if you have a program, you have an organization that needs to receive donations, start a GoFundMe. Go write corporate an email or something like that. See if you can get something that way. But to go to the store and like demand it? No, that's very unrealistic, ma'am. And you got exactly what was coming to you.
You are trying to arrest me for him hitting me.
Correct. You are under arrest.
And I hate to keep stopping it, but do you see the level of ignorance and the indignant like behavior? Like, no, I will be reconciled. No, you can't trespass me, and proceeds to sit back down after a police officer tells you to leave. So you do realize where this is going to end up going, guys. And again, I have no sympathy because she's clearly a mentally ill person.
Yes.
You're under arrest for menacing and disorderly conduct. Okay? Now, here's what we would like to do. We would
Let's
rather
go
you
make
walk
this stand.
outside and not make a big deal. If you're going to make
Oh,
a big
no,
deal,
you're
we're
gonna
going to have to
cuss
handcuff
something.
you and do
Yes,
all that
you
other stuff.
will. Yes, you will.
Let's go.
Go ahead, stand up then.
I'm not gonna
Don't
move.
get resisting too. Okay?
Let's do it.
Let's
If we're
not.
gonna go into it, let's do it. If you're gonna hold every line, you know what happened here.
With that, officers tell Ivory the video evidence is against her.
I know, I just watched the video.
I asked to open a conversation, and he's still blocking me out, and you guys are protecting me.
Ma'am, you chased the one employee all the way to the front, okay? You made contact with her body by pushing your body into hers. I just watched it clear as day on video.
Okay?
He then came out and you followed him all the way back here,
Okay?
making him fear for his safety. You backed him into an office and you got hit in the face, unfortunately.
When people are backed into a corner, they can choose, they can choose to do the right thing, or they can choose to lash out.
Okay, you were in the wrong here, just so we're
I
clear.
held the line.
You didn't hold
And
the line.
I moved my line continuously. I asked, and when they did not respect, they were gatekeeping me. Like the whole world has kept people.
And you were free to leave at any time.
This cop is trying so hard to explain to her logic, and it's completely missing her each and every time. Like, she's not going to get it. She's clearly not a normal, sane thinking person. Anytime you think that you're just going to receive free things from a store without having a cause, without having a real reason other than just you don't have enough money to pay for it, that's insane. Like, that's just literally not how capitalism in America works whatsoever. And then she tried to, again, pander to the cops saying, oh, well, you're not paid nearly as much as you should. And I agree. I mean, cops definitely have a lot on their plate. They got to deal with this kind of stupidity, I'm sure, all the time. Crazy folks, people on drugs. And yes, the fact that they're risking their lives each and every day, they should be making more money. I think they should start at $50,000 and then, you know, keep going up from there. But, you know, I don't make the laws. I don't make salaries. So if it were up to me, they would definitely be making more money. But this woman is, I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, I don't know if she's just crazy or if she's just really trying, she thinks this is really going to make a difference somehow. But it sounds like it was just simply to benefit her, you know? She didn't bring up like a name of some church she was, you know, buying this stuff for, maybe to donate to children or poor families or anything. Like, she just was trying to wage the gap between the privileged and the non-privileged. Oh my goodness. And don't you just love the way cops talk? They're just like, well, you know, you're going to be arrested today, okay? And this is how it's going to go, okay? Like, do all cops just have to end every sentence with K? And is like gum a part of like the uniform or something? Because I swear every cop I've ever ran into was always chewing gum and they did always end their sentence with K. Like, just pointing that out.
Absolutely.
But you didn't.
Absolutely.
So
because it wasn't
you
right.
amplified the situation.
No,
No, you wanted something
when the
for
laws
free.
are not right,
You wanted something
you
for
make a
free.
stand so they can change.
Okay. Are you ready to go outside?
If the laws are meant to hold people down, you will fight for me, my community.
Okay. Let's go outside.
Responding officers explained the Target manager was not in the wrong and will not be charged.
That doesn't, just because your intentions were good, does not make this any less illegal, unfortunately.
Right.
So we
But
have,
what happens when the
so give me 2
laws
seconds.
are not okay for people? We
I
need to talk
have
about
to
it.
enforce the laws that are in place, okay? That is our job, that is our goal.
But he's not getting arrested for assault?
It's not assault.
He's defending himself.
Ivory maintains she did not get physical with any Target employees.
No, there was not any times that my hands came up to do anything to anybody.
You're not being
What I
charged
did,
with
I
assault.
stood my ground.
Okay, and you
And
were
when
wrong.
people, no, I wasn't. Standing your ground is not wrong if you're standing it in the truth.
Finally, Ivory allows officers to handcuff her.
I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Thank you.
Violate my rights.
Holy moly. Do you see the size of that arm? Oh my gosh. I mean, that's like the size of one of my pregnant thighs. Like, god dang, she got some big arms. Now, I see why he felt like he needed to hit her. She got arms like Popeye. I'm sorry. It's not funny, but yet it is, okay? You can't do nothing but laugh at the insanity. Like, I deal with the public all the time, and you do have really stupid Karens like this who go in entitled, feeling like everything should be given to them for free, and it's like, that's not how stores work, but okay.
As a human being.
She's then escorted to a squad car outside the store. She continues to speak with officers, saying she was forcing an important conversation.
When it gets to a point where a young man reached out and hit an older black woman.
Regardless of age, race, anything.
Thank you. Regardless of age or race, what you did, ma'am, was wrong. You didn't have any level of personal space respect, nor did you respect the rules of the store.
You don't hit somebody.
You don't hit people, but I can also understand why he did. He was defending himself. You chased him into a closed office where he had no point of exit.
Right, that was the point. I was forcing him to have a conversation.
You were forcing him to become scared and in fear.
When asked if she could have handled the situation in a different way, Ivory repeats her same stance.
We haven't been able to see and communicate with each other, and that's what I was trying to do. Okay. And I asked nicely, and I got refused, and I stood a line that scared them, and they lashed out.
So do you think you could have approached it in a different manner than how we approached it today and probably got the same goal, the same end?
How do you expect I'm asking for something at the register to be done. Mm-hmm. The cashier couldn't do it for me. I asked her to bubble it up to a manager. That's what you do. You take it up the chain of command.
Absolutely you do. Yeah.
But this is the problem. My people have been trying to take it up the chain of command, and they are getting smacked back down because the laws are not in their favor. For you to take a hard stand, I just got hit.
Ivory was later convicted of disorderly conduct. She was sentenced to 1 day in jail and fined $110.
All right, so she went to jail, you guys, for a day and fined $110, which isn't really that bad, okay? Now, granted, she might have been charged with a misdemeanor that's going to be on her record, and she did get punched in the face, but it obviously wasn't that hard of a hit. It probably was just like a warning hit, like a warning shot, like back up, lady, you know, because obviously she was able to get right up, and as old as she probably is, I mean, I'm assuming she's in her at least her 50s. If she had got hit hard, she would have been down, there would have been a bruise, there would have been something. It didn't even look like she got hit in the face. It was probably just like a warning Glock, like, look, back up. And so I think overall that the young man was startled. I'm pretty sure he's never been in a situation like that before, and he reacted the way he reacted. Maybe next time he'll know, like, don't go into an office and just call the police. You know, stay where other people are witnesses always. Thankfully, there was a camera in there, and they were able to, you know, kind of see everything that happened, so she couldn't lie on him and try to actually, you know, sue Target or something like that. And at the end of the day, she was in the wrong from start to finish, and she got what she deserved. Now, one thing I will say is that if you guys think that, you know, some level of donation should be made from these large corporations, I think there's a better way to go about it. I think you should start with an email or a letter or something to corporate versus going into the store and demanding. Like, that's always going to end this way because they're going to assume you're trying to steal. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.